angels and beloveds. So I'm just going to add a little tag to the end of this because I think it's somewhat appropriate. And basically, what it looks to us, and every day that we gather more and more information, and the more that we go back in time and just make sense of all of this hodgepodge, I was tagged as a resource, and thank God I had a change in last names because they lost track of me, and I was able to do some things in the interim. So until they figured out, yeah, shoot, that's her. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like to everybody else around us too. And it's wrong because I never agreed to this, but it seems that those before me who did some things that I'm very ticked off at for them doing, I kind of had no choice at some point. But I also didn't know it was happening. I knew something was happening in my life because somebody can't have this many coincidences happen like this unless somebody is orchestrating something. Same types of people over and over again, same types of situations, and some knew and some didn't know that they were being used. I could actually now, I would never do this, but I could actually do, if I had money and the resources, I could do the same thing that was done to me to somebody else. Sick. I'd never do it. But I know how it's pretty much done now. And it's a sick, cruel, twisted thing. And where we can, we're pressing legal charges. Where we can, we're suing. There's just so much to this. It's really, it's not unbelievable, and it is at the same time. And in that, when you say, oh, that's just so unbelievable, it's not saying, oh, I don't believe it. It's just saying it's so big and amazing. Is that the better way to put it?
Yes.
And it's not necessarily amazing in a good way. Amazing doesn't necessarily have to be a positive thing, but it can be. It could also be a negative thing, just something very great and massive. And this would qualify as that. So, I'm not starting over again. I'm just going to continue on with the plan. Only this time I will have more success, and I will have these people not troubling me anymore, because if they do, they're getting pounced on sooner, quicker than anything before. This is just very, very wrong, and people need to legally pay a price for all that they have done. And who knows, we may even come up with a new legal terminology that classifies what all this is, and rightfully so. Wow, man. The hearts of many not only have grown cold, but apparently they were already there before I was born. And, yeah, there have been some evils that developed. Hey, look, people have been looking for content and inspiration and knockoffs and ways to get something for nothing for a very long time and use people. And my family, myself, greatly so. Greatly so. It just, in looking back, it makes sense now why I was treated certain ways, why I was like, she's amazing. Guys, I know what I do is good. I know I'm good at what I do. And then people are like, downplay it, put me in the back. Just, who told you to do that? I want to know. I'm sure my attorneys are going to want to know too. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to know who told you to do what. And you don't have a choice in the matter. You're going to have to fess up. I gave everybody the chance to do so, of their own free wills, volition, is that the right word? But, hey, you made it worse for yourselves. So, can't say I didn't give you an opportunity. But I almost have no words for this. Me speechless? I don't know if that'll ever happen. But it's very interesting. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I just, wow. So, I once talked about how communism has an interesting thrust to it. Because imagine this, you get chosen to focus on that one thing your whole life. You know, as far as talents, you're going to be the ice skater, you're going to be the dancer, you're going to be the singer, you're going to do all this, and you're picked, and the state makes you do that. And maybe you love it, maybe you don't. If you love it, then you just happen to get lucky, and if you're good at it, you got even doubly lucky. Some people are chosen and they hate what they're doing. They want to do something else, and they don't care. They think they know what's best for you. They think, hey, this is the cookie cutter thing, shove them in there, make it work. And of course, you know, something like that, how it was done, look at the other communistic places that did stuff like this. It didn't work then very well. People defected, people revolted, and you know, they had to disguise it, they again, and disguise it well. And I have to question, you know, obviously World War II kind of has ended, hasn't it? I hope. Has it really? Is this just another attempt at trying to get certain things implemented for, people call it the New World Order, the One World Order. I think that's just a conspiracy theory that is being used and is orchestrated by these people to deflect and redirect at what's really happening. And, you know, it's definitely got to stop. It's pretty wretched, and it destroys lives. You know, why was I chosen to be the resource? I ain't your resource. Look, I don't mind helping people, but it has destroyed my life. All these different things in my life. I'm like, oh, well, you know, God put it here. It's a stepping stone. And then I got the same thing again. Oh, it's a little harder of a task. Another stepping stone. And now I'm not so sure. Actually, in many cases, I know that wasn't the case. And I'm not saying I don't believe in God anymore. It didn't shake my faith. It made me question him, and I'm still very pissed off that he allowed something like this in my life, or anybody's for that matter. But I'm all the more smarter now. And I'll be, come hell or high water. No. You know what? These people are done. I am done. This is just ridiculous. I had to spend my entire life striving just to keep pushing up against a rock that was 1,000,000 times my size for it to never budge. So all these other people can make millions, billions off of me, watching me, putting all these fake people in my life. It's like, wait, I thought they were friends. And then it's like, once their task, actually, let's put it this way, once I blew their cover, and I didn't know I was blowing their cover then, I just held them to the point. It's like, the Bible says this, and you're a pastor's wife, and you're doing what? I don't think so. You know, it was always the truth that called them out and blew their cover. Even though I wasn't trying to blow their cover, I didn't realize they were part of this. And some didn't even realize they were part of it either. Like I said, manipulation. They know everything, like in Poltergeist, you know, they know what scares you. These people know what you like, they know what you don't like. Supposedly, with me, they're still like, wait, I thought she didn't like this color. Wait, what? She likes it. I'm just a very flexible person that I like everything, I don't like anything type of a thing. So, you know, they took their best shot and they failed. And I laugh at some of the things that they tried. Not to mock them, but it was kind of humorous and too obvious too. I'm very saddened, not in tears, but that this had to come to this. But I don't have so much mercy in my heart to say, well, you know, oh, these poor people. They're not poor. These people are very well off. They knew what they were doing was wrong. It goes against my civil rights. It goes against my humanity. You know, crimes against humanity. Well, yeah, there's a couple counts there that we can see, probably. What were you all thinking? I mean, with greed, obviously. And it would have been better for you to say, you know what, we need to let her do what she wants to do, which is everything. My speaking, my singing, my dancing, my acting, writing, authoring, my advocating for what I do, standing up against sexual child abuse. I know you don't like it, and I know why you don't like it, but tough crap. I don't care. I'm standing up for good. Y'all are standing up for evil? Come on now. You know, you would have been better off saying, we have a gem here, but you were too stupid and you thought that I was more stupid than you. So, you know, you get what you get because you deserve it. I didn't deserve any of this at all. At all. And you know it. And I know you know it. So, you know, talk to the hand with that, because I cannot help you be a good person. That is in the realm of supernatural, spiritual, your conscience, and I just don't want to help you, unfortunately. I gave you the hand, extended it, and you know, y'all were listening to me, so you knew I was right. You knew I lived a godly life, or tried to. The Bible says, you know, to live a certain way so that it may reflect and that people have nothing against you. And it's supposed to rub off on you. So if it didn't rub off on you, that tells me that you are just evil and rotten through and through and destined for hell. There's no hope for you. Because not that I'm so great, but the thing is, you've seen, I have withstood, you failed. You tried to destroy me, you failed. And I did the best I could to show mercy, loving kindness, and all of this. I don't want to be vetted by you, because you would just have power over me. You would say, you will never be able to do any of this anymore, because we're going to take those elements and we're going to put it on somebody else. But you can do this one little thing. And you know what? I just don't want to do one little thing. You are not my God. You are not my Savior. You are not in control of me. And you tried and you failed. I am in control of me. I answer to God. I answer to my husband. I answer to myself and some in my family. And none of you are any of those. I guarantee you. And if you're my family, and I've had some family members try to boss me around and tell me what to do, ask them what I said to them. Go ahead. I pretty much told them, you can forget that. And I said, if anybody's influencing you to say these things to me, you need to tell them to stop now too. Yes. I don't think so. Stop influencing my family members with your little circle. Yeah, trying to marry into my family. We know who. And I'm not saying everybody who married into my family is part of this evil group, but we know who is. They gave themselves away a while ago, and that can't be happening anymore. So, you're not inheriting, and neither are the people that are married you married to. Nope, not going to let it happen now. So you wasted your time marrying into the family, being a black widow or whatever the heck it's called. Again, it's not all. Nice try. So we're on to that. You know, you can just leave as far as I'm concerned. I think it's very interesting, this whole thing. And I want to say I'm not glad that I went through this, but I'm glad I didn't live a whole life. I was one of the lucky ones, I guess. I'm glad I didn't live a whole life under this deception of you work hard and you'll make it. Like I said, I was pushing up a boulder 1,000,000 times my weight and size, and it was never budging for a reason, because you all wouldn't let it. I was very, very fortunate and lucky that I did get as far as I got, but my name changed. So I had that saving grace for a moment, but you found out, and then it's like, oh, where's she now? Well, you know where I am now. And we're putting that to a stop too. It's none of your flippin' business. Isn't that the thing? You want to know where everybody is. Make up all these profiles on all these people. Yeah, that's coming to an end. You have no right. Leave us all alone. All of us. Why don't you make an honest business with an honest earning and an honest living? Yeah, it might mean you don't get billions and billions anymore, but tough noogies. Too bad. Just too bad. You deserve so little after all of this. Evil, evil, evil. And there's a special place in hell for all this kind of evil. Again, there might be a chance. I always give the opportunity. Can't say I didn't. I would rather you be on my side and we would be brethren. And, the chances of that happening aren't so good, because if you didn't come to Christ based on all these beautiful things I was doing and not calling you out, now that I'm calling you out, I mean, it could happen. I'm not going to hold my breath for that, but, that's between you and the Lord. I'd rather for you, because like I said, hell is bad. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but, you could be the dust that he doesn't say you may pass and go into heaven. Your own fault, really. But that's really sad. It's really sad, but you showed your hearts. Oh my God. I'm sure a lot of you have daughters, mothers. I know for a fact you have a mother. Would you want your mother to have gone through this? Or who knows, you could be that decrepit and say, oh, well, yeah, she's going through it and she don't even know it. And I'm not going to get so haughty and high on my horse or something like that, but it really was the Lord who revealed your evil, wicked ways to me in dreams, in fact, in science, in evidence, in more ways than one. And again, the good people that are and were helping, I thank you too. This was a team effort, and I'm one of the mouthpieces for this, and rightfully so. So I think at the same time, I'm not glad this happened, but I'm glad I didn't have to live my entire lifetime never knowing the truth and never getting to be who I want to be, who God made me to be. You guys are evil God haters, and you are evil people who hate good people, obviously. You probably even hate your own selves, and I can't help you with that. Like I said, go read the Bible, go to church, find somebody who can care. I can only do it from here to as far as my voice will reach you. I do not want you in my life. Once this is all done, you need to be taken care of in a certain way that is just. Legally, of course. I ain't gonna stoop to your levels. Oh my God, the levels that you stoop to, I can't even imagine that. I can imagine it because it was factual, but I can't imagine how ugly the inside of your hearts are to have that. And then why? I know it's always money. My dad says, follow the money and you'll find your answers. That pathway uh, you would have been better off just really letting me do what I wanted to do. And you know darn well that I would have been in control, and you didn't like that. And you knew that I would have been in control of my money. I want to be an independent artist. I don't mind getting sponsored, but no bad deals. Thank you, President Trump. He's not a stupid man. He's very smart. You notice that?
Yeah.
You guys are attacking the very thing that is a lie. He's like, oh, you're attacking his intelligence by calling him stupid. And he ain't stupid. You guys are stupid. You're fools, actually. Which is worse. So, yeah. Oh, I'm angry. But I still have joy in my heart at the same time. I have joy at the fact of knowing that we found out the truth. I have joy in my heart knowing that I am still me. I passed my own test. I don't know what sick, twisted things you were putting before me, exactly everything, and I mean, we're gonna find out, but I passed. I fooled you at some times. I won. I won because I know. And there's going to be more winning and more winning and more winning. This is your own faults. So, you know, you still have an opportunity to jump on our boat and everything. You know, we haven't moved the gangplank. Is that what it's called? The gangplank? Or, I don't know, where you walk up. Haven't been on a lot of boats. Although I love the ocean. It's so beautiful. You know, it's so hard for me to keep extending my hand of friendship, but yeah, at this point, time really is almost up for you guys. And I really wished it was anything but this. I really do. I wished our world didn't have this added to everything else that it has. You know, why? But now maybe we can put to rest all of these diseases that just so happen to come up. Maybe we can put to rest all of this pollution. Oh, guys, you know that CO2 thing? That is a bunch of malarkey, because we were looking through more textbooks, more doing what do you call it, element tables and stuff like that with gases, and you are so full of it with that CO2 thing. Okay, first of all, look, the trees eat it up. Where are all the environmentalists on this? I'm gonna get back to my thing, but I just have that to say. All these environmentalists, come on now. Use science. You keep saying science rules, science rules. Well, why don't you use science in this case then? This is just another control mechanism. You know, most people are buying this BS. You know, you start with California and you're trying to brainwash everybody here. And I'm like, oh my God, come on now. I can figure out the solution to this if it was a real problem, and it's not. You know, you're trying to say, what is the white sky thing about? You already conquered the whole car fuel pollution thing. Either that or you were lying or you failed, and you didn't. So it's not from car emissions. It's not from commercial airliners, beloveds. Okay, we have video. There's no tagging of commercial airliners that are doing all this. You know, you lost. Just stop already. And poisoning people. Is this the same stuff that's in India, that was in China, that's in Mexico City? There's just white haze. Come on now. Nope. We've lived here long enough to see the difference. The sky was pretty darn good when we first moved here. Enough. You ain't got enough science to counter this. Where are the environmentalists? Well, maybe some groups who are already propped up by these bad, evil people. Do you ever think about that? They control the negative narrative too. It would make sense to me. That way nobody gets through. It's like, wait, they're saying this? Don't send them an email. You know. I would, if I were an evil entity or an evil person, I would control all aspects of the language, in a sense. I would control the good and bad narrative. That way you have ultimate control. I would disguise myself as a wolf in sheep clothing. I think they're called rhinos, right? Is that what?
Yeah.
You don't see anybody trying to be a Dino, Democrat in name only, right? They're already infiltrated. A lot of them. Come on, good Democrats, rise up already. I know you're there. You know, we've got to get the rhinos out. Sorry. But really, if I were an evil person or an evil entity, I would try to ruin the church. I would try to ruin politics, all of this. I say this from a point of view of a writer. I studied all the tropes too, and this is real stuff. And it looks to seem that it's really happening. So, you know, environmentalists, I guess a lot of these groups are silenced. Maybe the real good ones are being silenced, and the real evil ones are taking the forefront, saying, oh, we got the CO2 thing. You know, stop with that. Where is it emitting from? Why are our farts and flatulence all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
Why is that a problem when it never was before? Nothing's changed that much, people. Use your logic and common sense and shut these people up and shut them down. That's what you gotta do. Because this is stupidity now. Another way to create a need. When I made that video and I said, you know, create the need and you can have a really nice business, I wasn't talking about this kind of stuff. I wasn't trying to be, okay, we're going to be dentists now, and people really don't really have bad teeth, so let's figure out a way to rot their teeth and let's make gum. Isn't that how it goes?
Pretty much.
I didn't come up with this. Do your research. So if people are getting healthier, what can possibly start generating income to get people into the doctor's offices more? Well, let's see. More weird, unknown diseases that just miraculously started appearing out of nowhere? Or how about planning car accidents? Oh, so-and-so, car X, you missed. Cut that person off. Oh, you missed again. Don't worry, we'll get some today. Is that how it goes? Right?
Probably.
That's not what I was talking about when I said create a need. People need food. We don't create a shortage just so you, a big entity, can be the one, the only savior. How about this? I'll say it in a better way. Solve a need that's already there. You know, people do need more food, healthier food. Okay, then let's have more farms. We need a more agrarian society. I'll be honest, I didn't think we were ever going to get any of the manufacturing back because I thought it was just so damaged. Thank you, President Trump.